What's going on, everybody? Gabriel Santos here. Good morning, if it's the morning where you're at. It's the morning where I'm at. We have a question from a subscriber, which is, how do I still do things like watch YouTube/Netflix, but without weed, and associating that activity with it? So, from what I'm gathering, this person is wondering, you know, they've their normal routine is to watch YouTube and Netflix while stoned. And that's something that they really enjoy. And I'm assuming that when they don't smoke weed, when they're going on a break, when they're watching YouTube and Netflix, there's just this craving to go smoke some weed. And it's the combination of being super relaxed and super, in the space of being stoned and watching Netflix that is just extremely, extremely enjoyable. And I can relate. No freaking doubt, in my many years of smoking, watching TV, watching movies, being on Netflix and YouTube, and being high at the same time are like a match made in heaven, right? The ultimate just chill the F out experience. And so, how do you do this? So, the basic answer, to kind of get right to it, is over time, your body, your brain, your identity, it learns to enjoy things without weed. But it takes repetition, meaning, yeah, the first maybe 10, 20 times when you watch YouTube or Netflix, you're probably going to wish you were smoking weed. And there's going to be this feeling in your body like something's missing. Like, this is not quite as fun. It's not quite as rewarding. And the reason is because, chemically speaking, when you smoke weed, you get massive releases of dopamine. But you also get massive releases of dopamine, not as much, but you still get a lot of dopamine just being on YouTube or being on Netflix. That's why tons of people who don't even smoke weed, they binge Netflix all the time because of the way it makes us feel even without weed. And so my point here is, your brain will restabilize itself, and you can train yourself to enjoy Netflix and YouTube and other things without weed, but it just takes time. So I'll give you a little story. So a couple years ago, when I had my last girlfriend, and this happens every time, I have a girlfriend, and when we break up, one of the things that make me so sad is the fact that at night there I have no one to cuddle with, right? And it's this feeling it feels so weird, right? Because at night I'm so used to having this other person next to me. I'm so used to being able to like hold them and the warmth of their body, and it's like, oh my gosh, it feels so great. And especially the first couple times, I'm going to bed alone, it's like if something feels off, something feels wrong. I feel empty. It feels weird. Like there's like a void, right? But obviously, she's gone, and over time, it becomes normal. To the point where however long it takes, you go to sleep, and it's like, oh, I'm just going to sleep, and the old thoughts, the old emotions that included my ex-girlfriend in my bed, they're gone. So in the same way, yes, at first when you watch YouTube and Netflix, there feels like a void, right? Something's missing. I can't enjoy this as much. But over time, the repetition, by just, your brain is like, oh, all there is just YouTube and Netflix. There's no more weed. And so this little equation that I wrote down, it's kind of small here. It's right there, that says Netflix plus weed equals relaxation. And then right below it it says Netflix equals relaxation. And so basically, y'all, in the same way that we trained our brains to associate weed and Netflix with relaxation, we'll also train it to just enjoy Netflix as relaxation. But it takes time, all right? It takes time. So yeah, I know that might not be the answer that people want to hear. It takes time, repetition. But if you're trying to get a sense of like how this all works, that's it right there, is repetition for the most part. Just like anything else, you know, how do you not be as sore at the gym? Oh, you work out consistently and your muscles get stronger, so you're not as weak, so that you're not as sore. How do you, you know, run a longer mile or faster mile? How do you run longer distances? How do you, you know, how do you wake up earlier and it not feel weird? It's just all about repetition. Your body gets used to it, your brain gets used to it, and part of that journey is that in the beginning it doesn't feel right. It's more of a struggle, it's more of a challenge, but over time it's easier. Just like when you're driving, this is a very popular example. When people first learn to drive, it's like you literally have to remember every single step, and you're not used to putting your foot on the gas. Oh my gosh, checking your blind spots. I have to take my eyes off the road. That's weird. You know, it's like, oh my god, it's a freak out experience. There's so much to think about. There's so much I don't right. But then over time, driving becomes so normal, so unconscious that you can virtually drive on the freeway and like be half asleep and listening to an audiobook at the same time while you're talking to your friend and eating sunflower seeds. You get what I'm saying? So point being, summary, how do you enjoy Netflix and YouTube without associating with weed? Well, you just watch Netflix and YouTube without weed, and eventually your brain is like, oh, okay, I guess there's no weed. Oh, you know, this is actually pretty funny. Oh, shit, I like this movie. Oh, wow, blah, blah, blah. Oh, ha, ha, ha. I love Netflix and YouTube. That's so fun. It relaxes me, right? And you don't need weed anymore. Anyways, I hope you guys are having a good day. Sorry, I'm just like, I hope you guys are having a good day. Thank you, Charlie, for the question. I will also answer the second part of your question in another video. But for now, I will bid you guys adieu. I hope you're having a great week. Keep at it. Stay focused. Follow through. And I'll see you in the next video. Peace.